5 seconds. Coming to the second category of decisions, it may be noted that while the view of law laid down in first category of decisions held the field, the federal court in the case of Lakshmeshwar Prasad Shakl and ORS versus Keshwar Lal Chaudhary and ORS AIR 1941 Federal Court 5 while interpreting Section 7 of the Bihar Moneylenders Act 1939, which was found retrospective, held that once the decree of the High Court had been appealed against, the matter becomes sub judice again, and thereafter the appellate court had seize of the whole case, though for certain purposes execution the decree was regarded as final and the courts below retained jurisdiction. The principle of law laid down by the federal court has to be understood in the context of the provisions of the act which the learned judge were interpreting. The view taken in Lakshmeshwar Prasad Shakl and ORS versus Keshwar Lal Chaudhary Supra was followed in Ram Lal versus Raja Ram and ANR 1960 Punjab Law Reporter 291. The High Court was of the view that appeal being continuation of original proceedings and rehearing the suit, the amending act being retrospective has to be taken into consideration and given effect to not only in the fresh suit filed or suit pending but also in cases where appeal is pending and not decided. In nutshell, the High Court was of the view that appeal being continuation of a suit, the appellate court is entitled to take into account the change in law which is retrospective. The decision of Punjab and Haryana High Court in Ram Lal versus Raja Ram Supra was approved in Ram Sarup versus Munshi and ORS 1963 3 SCR 858. A constitution bench of this court in Ram Sarup case Supra held that Section 31 of Amending Act 10 of 1960 being retrospective, the right to preempt a sale which had accrued before coming into force of the amending act stood defeated. The Constitution Bench also noted and explained that in Lakshmeshwar Prasad Shakl versus Keshwar Lal Supra, the federal court was construing Section 7 of the Bihar Moneylenders Act, which had retrospective operation. Emphasis supplied after passing of the Act 7 of 1939, it was argued before the federal court that the defendants are entitled to the benefit of Section 7 of the Act 1939, whereas the respondent's argument was based on the theory that hearing an appeal, the appellate court was only concerned to see whether or not the judgment of the court was in conformity with the law as it stood at that time. that judgment was given, and further that as the Act of 1939 had not been enacted at the time when the High Court decided the case, the Federal Court was not competent to give relief to appellant in terms of Section 7 of the new Act. In the background of the aforesaid facts, the Federal Court, while interpreting Section 7 of the Act, was of the view that Section 7 has in terms been made applicable to appeals in suits brought before the commencement of the Act, and that the decree in appeal yet remanded to be passed. The Federal Court, after having found that Section 7 is retrospective, held that the appellate court is required to consider and give effect to legislative changes which have taken place during pendency of the appeal, as an appeal is continuation of suit. It is in this context the decision in Lakshmeshwar Prasad Shakl versus Keshwar Lal Chaudhary has to be understood, where a repeal of an enactment is followed by fresh legislation having no retrospective operation. An appellate court is not required to take into account the change in law, but to dispose of the appeal on the basis of right of preemption on the date of adjudication of suit. In that view of the matter, the decision in Lakshmeshwar Prasad versus Keshwar Lal Supra has no application in the present case. Subsequently, the view taken in Lakshmeshwar Prasad Shakl versus Keshwar Lal Chaudhary was followed in Ram Lal versus Raja Ram Supra by Punjab and Haryana High Court. In the said case, the plaintiff brought a suit for preemption on the ground of wreckage. The trial court dismissed the suit on the ground that the land fell outside the limit of Panipat town, and in the locality no custom of preemption prevailed. On appeal, the appellate court reversed the decision of the trial court and decreed the suit. Second appeal was filed by the vendee before the High Court. During pendency of appeal, the state legislature amended the Punjab Preemption Acting by amending Act number 10 of 1960. By the said amending action, Section 15 of the Parent Act was deleted, and in its place new Section 15 was substituted, whereby the grounds on which the urban property was preempted was taken away. New substituted Section 31 further provided that no court shall pass decree in a suit for preemption, whether instituted before or after the commencement of the amending act, which is inconsistent with the provision of the act. The High Court, applying the principles laid down in Lakshmeshwar Prasad Shakl's case, held that an appeal being continuation of suit, the appellate court is to take into account the subsequent change in law which has retrospective operation. The said decision of Punjab and Haryana High Court in Ram Lal versus Raja Ram was approved in Ram Sarup versus Munshi and ORS Supra. In the said case, A constitution bench of this court held that Section 31 of Amending Act 10 of 1960 being retrospective, the right to preempt a sale which has accrued before coming into force of the amending act stood defeated. The Constitution Bench also noted and explained that in Lakshmeshwar Prasad Skal versus Keshwar Lal Chaudhary Supra, the federal court was construing Section 7 of Bihar Moneylender Act, which had retrospective operation, and in that context held that appeal being continuation of suit, the appellate court is required to take into account subsequent change in law. It is appropriate to reduce the following passage from Ram Sarup's case.